Hi friends, welcome to Cozy Time Tales. Today we're going to be reading Busy Spring, Nature Wakes Up by Sean Taylor and Alex Morss. Busy Spring, Nature Wakes Up. In the wintertime, the garden felt quiet and gray. It looked like it was sleeping. Then, one morning, Dad was wearing his sweater with a hole in it. That meant it was a good day for going outside to do gardening. And it was. I went. So did my little sister Jasmine. The yard was bright and birds were singing, hopping and pecking. A big bee flew by in a hurry. Everything smelled like wet earth and sunshine. "It's warm," said Jasmine. Dad nodded. "It's spring." Dad told us he had digging to do, and we could carry things to the compost heap, then help plant carrots. He said, "Let's see where I left the fork." "Let's see," said Jasmine. She splashed through a puddle. Birds flew up and continued chattering in the trees. "The birds are all busy," I said. Dad told us, "Everything's busy. The plants are busy, the animals are busy. Spring's a busy time." Jasmine shouted, "Busy spring!" Dad brushed his hand through flowers as tall as Jasmine. Bees and bugs and flies zoomed out. He told us, "The spring sunlight is nature's alarm clock. Life's waking up. Plants are racing to get more light. Some grow high, and then the wind scatters pollen from their flowers. Some paint themselves brilliant colors to attract insects." Jasmine put her face in some flowers. They made her sneeze. "You're not a bumblebee," I told her, laughing, but she ran around going bzz, bzz, bzz. Jasmine buzzed around the pond. "There are tadpoles!" she shouted. Dad said, "Did you know tadpoles turn into butterflies?" I told him, "They turn into frogs." "Oh yes," laughed Dad, "that's right. Frogs make too many babies to count. The fastest and luckiest tadpoles grow big and strong. And when they become frogs, you'll hear them croaking spring songs." "Can you jump like a frog?" I asked Jasmine. "No," she said, "but I can fly like a flutterby." Jasmine fluttered away and fluttered back. Birds swooped like they were playing too. One stopped on a branch. I said, "She's eating a twig." "She's not eating it," said Dad. "There are lots of tasty caterpillars around for her to eat. She's collecting twigs to make a nest, and soon there'll be newborn chicks up there." "Cheepy, cheepy," sang Jasmine. "Cheep, cheep, cheep." It didn't sound quite like the birds, but it sounded happy, like them. We still hadn't found Dad's fork. It wasn't by the shed, but the hole where the fox lives was, and Jasmine peeped down. "Is the fox inside?" I asked. Dad nodded. "Yes, and she'll have fox cubs by now." "Little fox cubs," Jasmine called. "Come out and play." "They just want to be with their mom for now," whispered Dad. "But they'll soon be playing games in the spring sunshine." "What games?" I asked. "Rolling and bouncing," said Dad, "and chasing and pouncing." Then he chased us like we were foxes. I ran behind the compost heap. "Dad!" I shouted. "Here's your fork." Dad came to get it. "Who lives in there?" Jasmine asked. Dad rolled back a log with the fork. "Insects," he said. There were rushing ants and woodlice. There were worms and a shiny beetle. "Those are nature's recyclers," Dad told us. "They're hard-working, eating up all the dead things." I spotted a caterpillar next to the compost heap. "Look!" I pointed. "Spring's all around us," smiled Dad. "Everything's growing, feeding, and making new life. That caterpillar was an egg a few days ago. Now she's eating and eating. Next, she'll wrap herself up in a cocoon. Then she'll change into a butterfly and find a mate." "Yes," I said. "Tadpoles become frogs, and caterpillars become butterflies." Dad looked at Jasmine and asked, Can you become a butterfly again? No, she said, but I can become a frog. And off she hopped. It might rain in a bit, called Dad. And we came out to do something else, didn't we? Digging, I said. And planting carrots, Jasmine told him. That's right, said Dad. Come on. So we did. Birds sang along, petals came dancing down, and we got busy. The end. Thanks for watching Cozy Time Tales. Don't forget to like and subscribe.